Right, man. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Harakwak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing Akim. We're almost out of here, man. All right. And basically, we're just going to go into prophecy and how the Lord is dealing with this place prophetically and spiritually, and the people just don't understand it because they don't want to understand it. Now, I want to say today is so-called Father's Day, okay? It's not pushed as the way that Mother's Day is pushed. And if anybody is your father, it will be somebody that's doing what I'm doing and teaching what I'm teaching, all right? First and foremost, our Father is in heaven. And the fathers behind those are our spiritual fathers, okay? Our earthly fathers were given over to Esau, and they taught us the things of the world to the best of their ability. They didn't have an understanding of this truth, okay? So, touching on dealing with fathers, outside of so-called Father's Day, you know, prophecy. They got wildfires burning over there in California. You have just so much different things going on, all of these different mass shootings. This is the Lord telling you people, you still have a short window of time to get it together, and I'm showing you that I'm real. These things were prophesied before, okay? Let's get the scriptures though. Let's open it up to 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter. One of my favorite scriptures to open up with, simple and plain, straight to the point. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And the way that he visits the world is prophecy being fulfilled. Him showing the world that the things that he said yesterday are coming to pass right here in the present today. And when you understand that, you understand that the bigger prophecies are coming, the things that's going to come to your front door, the things that are actually going to affect you and your family and your livelihood and the whole world at the end of the day, man. Okay? It's quiet right now, right? 2024 is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And it's very quiet. But when you understand scripture, when you understand spirituality, and when you understand your enemy Esau, you understand why it's so quiet. It's called the quiet before the storm. Okay? It happens in nature and it happens in pandemics. Just think about 2020, right before March hit, and right before they officially shut this place down. Everybody was just living their life, going along, you know, their day or whatnot, and something just happened one day or 1 week, you know? And it's going to be the same thing here 4 years later, man. 2020 graduated, all right? It is coming, man. Albaratazar, JT will start this year on American soil. It will happen to you Americans, man. Okay? And we're going to get some scripture showing how fast things happen as well. We're going to get some scripture showing how things can go from calm to chaos within hours, within minutes. And all you have to do is look at history. Look at 9/10 and then look at 9/11. 9/10, they were having one of the biggest concerts of the last 100 years. It was Michael Jackson's 30th Thriller anniversary concert, man. Okay, 9/10. And then 9/11, the world changed. It's going to be something very similar, man. Okay? It's going to be something very similar this time around, but this time it's going to be the big one. It's going to be the big one, man. Verse 3. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, throughout the four winds, people are protesting to their respective governments all over the world. And a lot of these protests and a lot of these uproars aren't being covered by Western journalism, man, by journalists. You have to go out and seek these things. They try to cover up prophecy as much as they can because they understand prophecy, right? And they've read it. So they try to offset it as much as possible, thinking that they can ultimately offset it to a degree, but they can't. They're playing into the Lord's hands. Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee even from the beginning. For like all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So he's showing you that we're in the end. Okay? 2020 was definitely a snippet in the preview of the things to come. When you get immersed into these scriptures, you can visualize prophecy. You can visualize yourself in them if the Lord is dealing with you. And you're spiritually trying to prepare. All right? But you can also see these things coming to pass right before your very eyes, article after article that gets released. Okay? News document after news document. Looking at the different news channels and these different things that's happening that seem so insignificant and small, but when you bring them all together, it's a smorgasbord of judgment, and it's going to just explode one day. It's going to explode one day, and people are going to be like, from whence did this come? And you have non-spiritual people that see what's going on. Okay? You go on the internet, you go on YouTube, and you have these different preppers and these different people warning you about this event that's going to happen, and they're not into the scriptures at all, but they understand systems, and that's why the scriptures, let's get that real quick and we're going to explain it. Okay. I'm looking for that scripture where it says the children of darkness are wiser in this world than the children of light. I'm gonna try to find that real quick, because I'd rather read it than paraphrase it. Let's get it. This is Luke 16 and 8. And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. All right? And basically it goes into, they understand systems better, man. They understand for every action in the economy, it's a reaction, and vice versa, and all of these other things. So when these stimulus hits, they understand that it has to come from somewhere. When they're just writing these blank checks, they understand that that check has to be answered one day. And they understand that this facade, this image of this American scheme, which you call a dream, is being held. Can you imagine a brick? Can you imagine a great millstone being held together by a, what you call those things that you put in your mouth? By a flossing string that you floss with? And the whole world is telling you this is the place to be. But you can't see that. The only thing that's holding that great millstone up is what? A flossing string. That's how America is, man. It's being held up artificially. And it's about to fall down. And the powers that be know it's about to fall down. And you have people that's regular Joe Schmo citizens that read articles and actually pay attention. Right? And listen to terminologies and definitions. And actions that don't logically make sense. They be like, we're gonna have to pay for this in our lifetime, and it's gonna happen very soon. This economy cannot sustain the damage that you're doing by just writing these blank checks, just giving these people food stamps every month, giving these people housing every month, giving these people Social Security, giving all of these different countries aid, giving all of these stimulus packages, giving all of these foreigners all of this money, just giving, and nothing is coming. And you have other people, other countries ditching the petrodollar, you know, and it's just, it doesn't make sense. And it has to make sense, because when you're dealing with economy, economics, you're dealing with numbers. And those numbers gonna get crunched, and it's just gonna blow over one day, and it's just gonna, bottom gonna come out. And those are the types of things that happen instantly. Even though it was over time, and people that's woke saw it, to the rest of the world, it's gonna be something that happened instantly, and it's gonna change the world. because hyperinflation is going to take place, and your money is not going to be worth what it's supposed to be worth. It'll take a day's pay, $100 some or so, let's just say, to get one meal of food, man. Right? So these people, non-spiritual people, children of darkness, people that the Lord has deemed as his enemies, they can understand and they can see what's going on, but you can't, Jake. That's messed up, man. But it is what it is. All Israel isn't Israel. Let's keep on going. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works and endings in effect and signs. So you see those different blood moons, the different eclipses. All right, you just see a lot of different truths coming out as well, man. Because you have a lot of information that's coming out that Esau and the government don't want to come out, because even though they're hitting the reset button, this is still a tool that they're going to be implementing in the government to come, right? They're going to sell out, they're going to give up a whole lot of people that they have propped up. A lot of politicians are going to go down. A lot of entertainers and celebrities are going to go down, okay? And a lot of new people are going to be propped up in their place, or if not new, something like in the form of nepotism, or like somebody replacing somebody, all right? So we're definitely living in a time where a lot of shaking up is going to happen, and where the world is actually going to change. But people don't care about that until it affects them in their bellies, and their children's bellies. The scriptures tell us that people are not going to be able to eat. Let's get that. Let's get that. And that's when the alarm's going to go off. When that food and that water and that money gets short, that's when the alarms are going to go off, and people are going to look for answers and everything. But right now, they're looking at the boxing matches and the basketball games, okay? And there's nothing wrong with looking at entertainment, because it's entertainment at the end of the day. But keep it at that. Don't let entertainment be something that blocks your vision that actually means something, right? This is 2nd Esdras 16 and 17. Now this is what we have to look forward to, okay? Prophecy. Prophecy is beautiful, and it's gonna look scary, but the Lord, he gave his prophets different scriptures to comfort them, man. Okay, that's how scary it's gonna be. He's telling you to go out and tell the people how horrendous, how chaotic, and how bad it's gonna be. Then he has scriptures for you to let you know that you're gonna be okay. Just keep on doing what I require of you. Just be who you say you are. Be who you know you're supposed to be. Okay? 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me. Woe is me who would deliver me in those days. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So it's going to be so bad that you're going to have prophets getting shaken up, okay? At the end of the day, all of the prophets are going to get their mind together, and they're going to have it, you know, they're going to overcome. They're going to overcome according to prophecy. We're dealing with prophecy. Prophecy say that the prophets are going to overcome, okay? But it's going to be so bad. You have somebody that's waiting for this day, that's prophesying and telling the people that this day is going to come, that's anticipating this day, because you know that this day brings forth the day of the Lord. And when this day finally comes and this day shows itself, they're going to be taken back like, whoa, it's more impactful, and it has a more of a magnitude even what I thought. And I had my brain set and my imagination set to the highest magnitude of depravity and chaos and all of these things. And when it hits, I'm like, Pops, whoa, this is huge. This is much more than I expected. You're gonna hear that voice revert you back to those scriptures. You're gonna hear those scriptures getting read solidly in your head, and that heartbeat gonna slow down, and it's gonna normalize. Right? You're gonna celebrate through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? You're gonna praise Yahweh Shem Yahushua when everybody else was pulling their hair out their head, man. Okay, let's get a scripture real quick. All right, this is Isaiah 65, and we're going to start at what? "12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer." You know what? We're going to come back to Isaiah 65. We're going to go to Psalms. It is Psalms, right? It's Proverbs. Proverbs. I'm gonna go to 1 and 20. "Wisdom crieth without; she uttereth her voice in the streets." And that goes into the prophets coming out into the highways and the byways and warning everybody and telling everybody and properly educating everyone, okay, about prophecy. "She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." So it's going into the prophets prophesying, sighing and crying, telling you the truth about Esau, telling you the truth about you, telling you the truth about history, telling you about prophecy, telling you what to do, what not to do, who to affiliate with, who not to affiliate with, giving you light and darkness, right from wrong, in a nutshell, all right? Verse 23, "Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you." So the Bible is going to be translated the way it's supposed to be translated versus the way that it is translated in Esau's kingdom. Okay? "24. Because I have called, and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh." So this basically going into how nobody's paying attention to the prophets. Nobody's listening to the warnings. Nobody believes the prophecy the way that they're told per the prophets. Okay? "I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh." Now it says, "I also will laugh at your calamity when your fear cometh." All right, and he's gonna mock it. So you're mocking the Lord. The Lord said, "I will also mock you." And when you become fearful and you become scared, I'm going to find it very humorous. I'm gonna laugh at you because you had the chance to come into this truth. You had the chance to accept this truth. You had the chance to engage with the prophets. You had the chance to question the Bible and test it and see that it was going to pass every test that you gave it, man. Okay? But you were so worried about food, drink, and your woman and your job, man. Right? It wasn't important at that time. To you. "When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me." So the Lord's saying, when this event happens, when Jacob's trouble sparks off, everybody is going to be afraid, and 911 is not going to be there for them. Esau not going to be there for them. EMS not going to be there for them. FEMA not going to be there for them. Smith & Wesson not going to be there for them. Palmetto State not going to be there for them. All right? They're going to have to find a spiritual power to lean on. Jesus Christ is not going to be there for them. Then they're going to call on a true power, and he's not going to be there for them, because when he was there, all right, in the midst of normalcy, Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted to deal with him. Nobody wanted to give him a chance because they had their paychecks and their bellies are full and their gas tanks are full and their kids are smiling and happy. All they want is what they consider normal, the things that they're accustomed to. But when they see that the whole system as a whole is coming down, the whole world is coming down, then they're going to want to jump ship and leave the world. You can't do that. You can't have it like that, okay? You have to choose. And that's why the scriptures say what? Be either hot or cold. Because he's going to spit you out of your mouth if you're lukewarm. Choose a side. You can't straddle the fence in the world, and you dang sure can't straddle the fence with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. You can't. It ain't right. For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all of my reproof. Okay? And it's telling you what's going to happen. Now we're going to go back to Isaiah the 65th chapter and pick up where we left off. Verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. So we understand what that call was. We understand what that non-answer was. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil things before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. So when he came across the prophet, when he came across the message, when you had those dreams, right? When certain spiritual things happened and the Lord presented himself and metaphorically had his hand out to you, you rejected it. Okay? Even if you didn't slap it down, you ignored it, which is the same thing. Verse 13. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry, because the world is going to collapse. Okay? The supply line is going to be broken down. It's going to be shut down. All right? No 18-wheelers are going to be running. No stores are going to be stopped. You're not going to be able to just go into the woods and just get food out of there, man. Because a lot of those animals are going to be diseased. A lot of those animals are going to have diseases, man. And they're going to die like people. And a lot of those diseases are what? Are going to cross over from animal to people. They call them zoonotic diseases. And these are all going back into prophecy. How is the world going to just be so stripped and void of food without wild animals having these different diseases and these different ailments to where you can't go and get your own? You're not going to be able to plant your own food. All right? Jacob's trouble is going to hit, and you can't get around it, bro. And that's not eating, not being able to take care of your family, that's going to get your attention. Then you're going to know who the Lord is before this stuff over with, man. You'll be screaming Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah before it's over, Jack. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And the servants are going to be rejoicing because, you know, this has come to pass. This is another step closer to the kingdom. We get to watch all our enemies fall. We get to watch this system go down. We get to watch all of these people that was propped up and held up to be high, shown to be devils and snakes and degenerates. We get to see all of the people that was walking past us with this proud-hearted look, looking for us and looking for answers, man. You get to see the fall of your enemy, him and his whole house. And you also get to see the opening stages of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah coming back and taking this place back over and giving all of the elect a key to this place, man. That's why we're going to be rejoicing, man. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart. You're going to cry for sorrow of heart because you're going to be crying that the world that you invested so much into has let you down. You're not going to be guilty because you're spiritually vexed, because you feel spiritually guilty. You're going to be vexed because your world is going down. And we're going to be rejoicing because our world is coming up. Verse 15. And ye shall leave. Okay. Now let's go to another scripture going into that fall of America. Going into that time where America is being destroyed. I like to bring this out all the time. Revelation 18:6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her, double. So this scripture is telling you the things that she did to the so-called black man, the so-called Native American, and the so-called Hispanics over here in this land. Let it happen to her and her inhabitants. Let it happen to her and her followers. Let it happen to her and her allies. You know who not gonna taste that though? I'm gonna scroll up two verses. Verse 8. All right, this Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So it's telling the Israelites, it's telling the remnant to come out of America mentally, spiritually. All right, come out of her as far as politics, train of thought, Western thought, and get back into your culture, into your history, into your book, the Bible, man, the way that it was supposed to be taught. And when you come out of America, mentally and spiritually, you're going to start seeing America for what it really is. And you're going to realize that the whole time you was in America, you was looking at America from biased lenses. America is a piece of shit, bro. America is one of the worst places that you can raise a child, because they take your kids at the age of 5 and they start pumping poison into them, literally and figuratively. They put those vaccines in them, and then after that they start putting these different trains of thought and philosophies into them, and then your kids coming home asking about birthdays and Christmas and why that man was reading stories to us at school dressed like a woman. And there's nothing you can do about it, man. And I'll go back to the curses. Watch this. Deuteronomy 28:32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. How will our daughters and our sons take it from us? First off, by law, you got to put them in the school, right? Second off, if you have a child with a woman and y'all separate and y'all not dealing with one another, and she decides to take you to a family court, 8 times out of 10 you are going to lose, and your visitation rights will be 2 weekends out of the month. Okay, it'll be 2 weekends out of the month. So your influence is going to be almost null and void. Your influence is going to be minimal compared to school, compared to entertainment, compared to church, compared to these children's peers, compared to the people that they look up to and aspire to be, compared to the different colleges that they want to go to and the different professions. That small amount of influence that you have 2 weekends out of the month is nothing compared to what that child is going to be exposed to away from you. And there's nothing you can do about it without losing your freedom and or your life, man. Okay? And these are the curses, man. Let's deal with that. Let's go to verse, we're going to stay in Deuteronomy 28. Let's go to verse 15. But it shall, let me see, I might go to 14. 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And those curses start from verse 16 all the way down to 68. Without just going through all of them, it's basically describing definitely Judah, okay? The so-called black man, the so-called Native American man, and the so-called Hispanic man. And it's saying how you have a money bag with holes in it, which means that by the time you get to it, it's barely enough for you to survive off of. You got to pay taxes. Some people got to pay child support. Some people got to pay alimony. You see? It's crazy, man. Like I say, the one that I just read you was one of the most impactful and hurtful ones. You lose your children to the system, and their minds are going to be gone. These are curses. Other curses are physical. Different diseases. High blood pressure, diabetes, HIV, cancer. The list goes on. Madness of the mind. Jake has all of these different philosophies. Jake has all of these different theories. Jake has all of these different ideas. Jake has all of these different ideals, except for the truth. He can make some bullshit sound good. And madness just straight goes up into Jake's just walking up and down the street talking to themselves, flashing out and wilding out. Hooked on drugs, being the borrower and not the lender. The Bible speaks of all of these things, and that's why Esau wants you far away from the truth of the Bible, and that's why he started seminary schools, so that he can give you people that he handpicked, cherry-picked, right, through his seminary process to go out and teach the people lies. And all of these things are written about. Let's pull it up. This is Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter from the top. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. And these pastors teach you that the law was done away with. The dietary laws are done away with. You can cut your beard. You can get tattoos. You can be, they go as far as to marry same sexes in the church. Partying with rock stars, man. And the list goes on. These are the people that our people holds high and admire, okay? They admire these people. If T.D. Jakes tell these people what it is, that's what they're gonna do. These different pastors all over these different congregations spread throughout the four winds of America, whatever they tell their congregation to do, that's what they're gonna do. And that's why the pastors are paid so handsomely. They're no different than the rappers and the entertainers. They want the majority of our people following these few people to different ledges and different cliffs to fall off of. If you follow Young Boy, if you follow Young Dirk, if you follow all the rap in the hip hop community, you're going off of a certain edge of a bridge. You follow T.D. Jakes, you follow the different Christians, you follow these different pastors, you're going off of a different ledge, but you're still going over a cliff. You go to the so-called conscious in the woke community, you follow Brother Polite, you follow these different off camps, you follow these different so-called woke guys, and you're going off of another different cliff. They are paid so handsomely to deceive our people and to keep them away from the real truth, because Esau knows that this real truth is our only hope. And he knows that when we get that connection with Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, it's nothing that can stop us. We're supernatural. He understands that. So he sets up different snares. He sets up different avenues. He sets up different. Let's get it. Let's get it. This is Psalms 38, and I'm gonna go to 12. They also that seek after my life, they lay snares for me. Now this is talking about our people in general. The so-called black man has snares laid before him in the Western world, in the whole world, no matter where he goes, man. Okay? You got different laws set up to keep you away from your children. When you're rich, you got different laws set up if you don't understand the system that you're gonna lose all of your money. You go out into the world and you have to deal with real life situations and the police are called. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna lose, man. Okay? And they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things. They lie. They teach lies. They have schools that's dedicated to lies. Their whole system is a lie. And people accept this system for what it is. Okay? What Salaki. They accept this system even though when you get to studying, it's hard to cover up the lies, and they accept it for what it is. They understand that the white man has blood all over his hands, and they combat that with Christianity, talking about everybody has done it and all this and all that, and they talk about karma. It just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't. Right? And imagine deceits all the day long, and these different deceits are different laws that's written into Congress, that's written into law to keep you jakes down when you find another loophole that you can wiggle your way through. So it says all the day long they imagine the different deceits. Deceits go into a lie that's not designed to be spotted as a lie. College is a deceit. Democracy is a deceit. Christianity is a deceit. The whole judicial system as a whole is a deceit, man. And the list goes on, brother. The list goes on. But these are just the different snares. And you have to understand that these things were diligently and consciously brought together. Psalms 83 from the top. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. So our enemies have come together. They've pushed their differences aside to come together to be on one mind and one accord to take us down and to keep us down. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. So collectively, the so-called black man is born into a world that's against him. And the best that he can do to acclimate and assimilate into that world is to follow after the people that run the world. So basically, do what they do, talk how they talk, act how they act, move how they move. And when you do that, you're selling out. And you're becoming a part of the problem instead of a part of the solution. And the Lord is the problem solver. And he's coming back to solve every problem that Esau has implanted in this earth. And he's going to pick those problems up. And he's going to throw those problems into the fire, man. Let's get that real quick. This is Matthew 13 and 37. He answered and said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. So he that bring up about good tidings, tell you about prophecy, tell you about this truth, tell you about his Father, okay? That is the good seed, okay? This truth is the good seed. The actions that come along with this truth is the good seed. The fruit that come along with this truth is the good seed. And it's all by Yahweh Shem Yahushai to get all the credit, man. That's Yahweh Shai, okay? That's Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the king, the remnant, the elect, the ones that's out here sighing and crying, the ones that's out here putting their life on the line, putting their reputation on the line. But the tares are the children of the wicked one, okay? You're going after Esau's delusions, his lies, his deceits. You're following him. You back him up the way that you're supposed to back up your people, man. Okay? The enemy that sold them is the devil. The same way Yahweh Shem Yahushai sold the remnant, the devil sows the Western mind frame. The devil is the reason that Americans think the way that they think, man. Okay? The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so it shall be in the end of the world. So you guys that just get down to be down with Esau, okay, you're going to be judged. At the end of the day, you're going to be treated the same way as him. Karma, that's what you call it, is real. Okay? And it's going to pull up on you, man. So this karma that you people talk about, and the scriptures say, you reap what you sow. That's the terminology that we use. You reap what you sow, but talking in your language. You cutting off your beard. You following after Esau. You moving like Esau. Right? What they say? If it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, it's a duck. Watch this. Shit, if it walk like a devil, talk like a devil, and act like a devil, it's a goddamn devil. This is John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And you take on the spirit of Esau. When you come against these people, and you tell them the truth about the scriptures, and you show it to them, they combat it. They can't go into the scripture and combat it with the scriptures. They combat it with their mouth. They combat it with sermons that they heard. They combat it with logic from school. They combat it with the ways of the world. You're coming against their world and their way of living and their livelihood, and they're protecting it because they're the sons of the devil. And what does that mean, being the son of the devil? That means that you follow after his vibration. That means that you follow after the things that he pushes forth into the world. Key example, that thing that was mandated in 2020, children of the devil didn't question that. They was like, Father told us to go do this. He told us to go take that. Let's go do it. And if you don't take it, you are an enemy of the world. You are our enemy. You had more Jakes trying to enforce that goddamn mask mandate down here than E. You had more Jakes coming at you than E. Jakes was killing each other behind those mask mandates, man. You gotta put your mask on. You're not 6 feet away from me. Just being a goddamn dumbass, repetitive fool, man. Didn't read one inch of literature. All right. Dealing with pestilence. Didn't deal with 1 inch of literature going into the science of the transmission of this thing. Just, that's what they said to do. That's what we gotta do. Where yours at? I'll kill you. Oh no, I got this. I got this. Y'all get back. Talking to the white folks so he can kill another. Come on, man. You're the son of the devil, or you're gonna go down with the devil. Let's go back to Revelation 18 chapter. Now it says, come out of her people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye not receive of her plagues. So if you don't come out of her, the scripture says the same thing that happens to your father is going to happen to you. Wow. Now, the scriptures also say the same thing that happened to Yahushua is going to happen to his servants, because the master, the servant, is not above the master. You see how it's balanced in this truth? You see how it's balanced in spirituality? Prophets. You got a large incline to walk up, man. Our big brother was tortured to death. We're not exempt from being tortured to death. Okay? Our minds are fully made, man. You know, we come out here and we sign Christ to the world and let the world know what it is. You know, we basically know what we signed up for. But it just goes to show that your mind is the determining factor of what side you pick, and you have to pick a side. All right? You pick either the left or the right. And the left, that's Esau. The right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to protect his own. The devil is going to protect his own. The ones that straddle that fence, nobody's going to protect you. You're going to be attacked by both sides. Okay? Pick a side. But how good can the devil protect his children from the Lord? And how good can the devil and his children attack the Lord when the Lord is on the scene? It's going to be a few martyrs in the name of prophecy, man. But the majority of us are going to come out of this thing unscathed, man. Let me get a scripture real quick. This is Luke 21 and 12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into the prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. The same thing that happened to him is going to happen to us. And it shall turn you, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren, and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. It says some of you. It didn't say most of you. It says some of you. Okay? And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there shall not an hair of your head perish. It says it's not going to be able to touch you, man. You're going to have a lot of close calls. You're going to duck a lot of bullets, dodge a lot of bullets, dodge a lot of knives swinging. Okay? Cussing is going to run right past you, bro. Okay? When you have faith in the power that created everything, including the judgment that's being cast out, you know how to protect yourself. If I'm the person, metaphorically speaking, that's holding that thing, and my people know I'm a marksman, and they down there in the same geographical area as my targets, right? They should have a sense of, we know we're not the targets, but we do know accidents happen. But at the end of the day, we're not the ones that's being marked. We're not the ones that's Jacob's trouble. I'm gonna say, I said this last week. Jacob's trouble is not meant for the remnant. Jacob's trouble is not meant for the elect. Jacob's trouble is not meant for the sons of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Jacob's trouble is meant for the world, and it's meant for 2/3 of our people. With that being said, you will be protected and you will be fed, but there will be some of us that will be handcuffed, indicted, persecuted, convicted, and put to death. Okay? And the majority of us will be chased and basically just on the run, man, with a lot of close calls. But like the scripture says, not one hair on your head shall perish. Knowing that, you understand that you got different areas of the scriptures. You got the warnings, you got the comfort scriptures that tell you it's going to be okay, and you got the reward side of it. The comfort scriptures are the scriptures that we're going to be that holding near and dear to our heart and JT. The prophecy scriptures are the ones we're holding near and dear to our heart right now. Okay? The reward scriptures are going to be for the rewards. And the reward scriptures are the ones we're holding on to so we can have vision. Okay? But we're in the end, and it's over with, man. This shit over with, bro. Goodbye, world. With that, I hope this was edifying to somebody. And I want to give all infinite honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Hawapakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who rule and teach well to the other Akim, push this truth to the four winds, keep pushing Akim, Kwam Yashirala, above. Until next time, man.